Hello everyone, fellow students. Today I want to talk to you about the bends of C, M and L and where they are used. I want to point out to you that it is the bend D and the bend C, they differ in shape and construction of the beam from these bends. Today, using our example, first we take M and L, that is, I have already drawn a diagram in advance. Be sure to take a screenshot for yourself. I always throw girls into a group in the training. So, 2D1/2 2 millimeters, 3D 2.5 3 millimeters, 4, 3 and 5, 4 millimeters and 5, 10D. This is for already large volumes. For thick arrows we use 4 to 5 millimeters. It is very important that we have a bend. That is, here is our bend L or L, let's say, yes. Here it goes about like this. It is very important that when you form a bundle, your fingers are here. Never, but already grab the tweezers at this place. That is, you should understand that if your fingers are on the bend on this one, then you will not be able to form a bundle in your hand. And your foot, your slippers will not be sharp. That is, you have formed a bundle in your hand, you remove it from the tape from your finger or from the tape. You take it off your finger by lifting it here with tweezers, right? Tightly wrapped with tweezers and only then unbend your fingers. Disconnect them so that your leg does not stick out in different directions. If suddenly it turned out to be wide for you, then you are already shaping it in your fingers. This is very important. What is a sharp leg for? So that if there is a square, then the buildup will not be so beautiful and not so smooth. Therefore, it is very important that the leg is always sharp. Here, therefore, we remember. And, yes, we never make the disclosure wider than here in the diagram. You have to remember that. This is completely different. That is, your bundles should not be too open, and not too narrow, except for trend effects now. This is a completely different topic. Today I'm going to tell who, right? For which buildup is well suited, for which buildup these two bends are well suited. Now today we will consider the option of M key and L key, where exactly the M key is used, where the L key is. M key and L key are well used in protein. Squirrel, please don't confuse squirrel and smooth fox. They are very similar. Let's say what are we doing? All variations for M key and for L key. They are taken only for. It is M key that they are taken only for squirrels. For other effects, such as, say, a round eye or a sun, this bend will not work at all. And even a little bit you can think about a smooth fox at all. I do not advise. There are only two in M key and L key, these are two variations. That is, even L key. L key is taken from us precisely for the arrow, and the squirrel, the great effect and the arrow. the arrow squirrel. As we understand, I always say, as we understand, how we should divide the eye. We're always watching. That is, if we have a squirrel, then we always divide the eye into two parts. This is our inner corner, this is the outer one. Now, what are we doing? We share our eye with the outside. Eyes, right, into three parts to make a protein. Let's do this. Too much. Too much. So, look. The main length we have falls here. Let's say we have 12 millimeters here. So, here we divide the outer corner into three more parts. 11, 10, 9. This is very important. You already have to split 3 points. When you start working, you cannot do dots on the patch, but directly on the eye. Separated the middle, 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Well, that is 1, 2, 3. Yes, here it is the point, the middle here and here. That's it. The outer corner, just don't overdo it, as I drew it before. The main length we have goes here. Here we have two parts, 11 and 10. If we have the 13th length here, then we can add a little 12, 13 here. Now, so that we have a smooth transition. Here we are already doing so. This is all, this whole part is occupied by Emka. M bend. M bend or L bend. It's better here, it's best for such a scheme that we have an Emka. I think you can't see well. That's how let's do it. I'll turn it around and you'll get a camera, closer to the camera, so it's better. Yes, you can see? Look, Emka and Elka. For the best effect, we always add a bend width. That is, here we will have Atseshka. How to make our transition smooth. I think I need a little. Well, okay. I worry so that it can be seen. If anything, take a screenshot and zoom in. How do we make the transition between lengths and bends smooth? What are we doing? Our pupil, the middle of the pupil. Always adding our length. 1, 2. This is our top row, middle, bottom. We always add software to the cache. Let's say here we will also have a dozen. But in order for the transition to be smoother, we make a 9 on the top of the 10 above the top row, namely the top 2 rows. But then, yes, we are putting a 10 here again. Here we have Elka a 10, here Tseshka a 9, 9. And then 9 again. Be sure to take a screenshot. This is exactly the transition between. Such a transition is made between different bends. You have to remember that. Be it Dashka, be it Elka, be it Emka. This transition will be the only way. Everything, the way we use on the mountains, mostly 8, 7. It is better, of course, to add an inner corner for the perfect 6, well, literally a couple of pieces. This is a scheme, a perfect protein scheme. Now I'll give you a closer look so that you can take a screenshot for yourself. The lamp interferes. Let's do it like this. That's it, take a screenshot. Now, how do we work with the arrow? We also divide the eye in half and into 3 parts. But the outer corner, again I took a lot. One more time. We take this angle, that is, the distance, we take more. I can't even see it from the side yet. Always. We never end up with a long arrow. Even if we have a beam going here, we should always have our arrow. Our angle of the outer arrow should always be kept at short lengths. You can make 3 rows. Upper, middle, lower. It is possible to have shorter lengths here. For example, we have a length of 13, the outer angle is 13. In order to get a perfect arrow, we must divide this angle into 3 parts. (13, 12 and 11) so that we have a good arrow. Here is the beam, immediately add 14. If there is no beam, then we do not add anything. What's going on here? Here the bundles are not disclosed. That is, we narrow our bundles as much as possible specifically for the 13th. We make our bundle, well, probably like 3D, it should be very narrow, 2.5 to 3 millimeters literally. It's very narrow, so that we get a beautiful wall. To make a smooth transition, we add 12, 11, but in smaller numbers. That is, we will have 12 already, yes, not like here, that is, here we have 13, right? 12 ends here, not here. That is, we have 11 here on a squirrel, here it is, right? Coming this way. We process only this part, only. Here it is, right? We are processing this part and here we have several lengths. How's it going, huh? Here we have several lengths. Here we have one, let's say 12, then here we have 3 arrow lengths. In the event that a heavily overhanging eyelid, we use a round eye or use the sun. But these bends won't fit there. I'm not explaining Dashka to you. I don't use Dashka at all. It seems to me Dashka is in general, but it can be more or less applied for a round eye and for the sun. But even then, she, you know, is very wrapped up in some firms, so I don't always feel love for her. Here. Now, this scheme opens the eye well. That is, we have an MK, it will be like this bend of the MK, it looks up. So, we glue the outer side with an MK. It doesn't matter what the volume is. Here it specifically fits the protein for the overhanging eyelid and the Asian eye section. The arrow is well suited for girls who have upturned corners of the eyes up, or a standard length. Still good. Oh, the standard bend, incision, eye incision, the arrow fits there. That is, the arrow on the Elke is very good, the Elka is very well suited for such eyes. We see, right? Let's say if we have a LC and we do it on the overhanging eyelid or on the Asian eye, then on the contrary, we open the entire upper part of the overhanging eyelid, or we do the eyes even narrower. We don't need that. That's why we use MK for them. On MK, on the effect of protein. We have an arrow for almond-shaped eyes, for standard eyes and for eyes with raised corners strongly. Now here we also have the same transition scheme for the cache. Also, we will have a Tseshka here, and there will be an Elka here. That is, we always divide the class. That's in half. Here is a Tseshka, here is an Elka or an MK. You can also use an MQ. Well, look, if a person has very bulging eyes, then we never use long lengths. It will be very ugly. For such eyes, we are from the almond-shaped. Usually it is almond-shaped and with bulging eyes it is short-long. Everything is the same, but let the long one ends with a maximum of 12. Even here, you can also use a beam of 12. I think today we have figured out the MK, Elke and mix of these two lengths, where they are used. If you have any questions, leave them under the video, or the girls who are in my training, they already individually ask me questions. Thanks to everyone.
Bye.
To everyone. By training now. Oh, sorry again, we have training right now. I have a promotion going on right now, and all the conditions will be under this video. Please come in. There's a huge spectrum out there. There will be everything in general that concerns eyelashes from A to Z, with a year of curatorship plus trends, plus everything is chewed up. You ask questions, I answer them regularly, I ask homework in videos. That is, there are about 70 videos there. Soon there will be more of them. Well, that is, they are constantly replenished, supplemented. And I think that it is best to go online for training on eyelashes, where there is a lot of time, where you can fill your hand, train your hand, learn everything about it. And I will help you with this. So thanks again to everyone. Good luck to everyone. Everything is in the description.